Welcome, friends. Welcome, enemies. Just kidding. I don't think any of my enemies are watching. Hi, I'm Jim Hodson. This is the Death at the HOA stream. This is the Monday writing stream that we here at the Scene Shop have been doing. We are writing a web series together. It is called Death at the HOA. We have finished writing episode 1, and now we'll move on to writing episode 2, which is honestly, this is stream number 5. You can't see my hand. It's off the screen. This is stream number 5. I was thinking that it was going to take, we're planning to do 5 20-minute episodes. I was thinking it was going to take like a year to write all these, but we wrote the first one in almost no time at all, which is pretty great. I'm stoked. So now all we have to do is finish writing this and then shoot it. Now, on the second point, I will say that we're steadily gaining patrons. In fact, I have a new patron to thank today, and his name is Ben. And that's all I know about him, is that his name is Ben. He didn't give us any other information, which is fine. It is, anonymity is fine. But we thank you so much to the people who jumped on board with us, because it's going to make it so much easier to eventually make things like this project into actual stuff if we don't have to go broke doing it. You can find the Patreon page at patreon.com/sceneshop, and you'll see I added some goals, 2 goals. I want to be able to make this, which most of the money is probably going to come out of my pocket, let's be honest. And then also more Bad Gladiator, which I've paid for 2 seasons of that, and will probably pay for a 3rd. So it's not all on the shoulders of the community by any means, because we don't have, we're not billionaires, right? But anyway, thank you so much to the people who have subscribed here on Twitch, who have joined us on Patreon, because it's great. I mean, I want to be able to make work with you guys, and it makes me feel really good. So let's go on to the writing scene, and let's get started making this thing happen. Some very uplifting music in the background there. If you have not joined this project, let me get you the share link. And I will post it to... Let's make sure this is the right one. Can share, multi-use, yes. Okay. Now I'm going to post this to the chat. Oh, wait. I have to shorten it first. I always forget about that. I have to use a URL shortener, because if I don't, the formatting gets off and it screws up. So here's the link. Oh, for God's sake. Wrong thing copied. What I don't understand, one of the many things I don't understand, is how... Go away. There are all these buttons all over the web that's like, click here to copy this. And so you click, but it doesn't copy whatever it was. There's the link. Make sure that works. But if you haven't joined the sort of the script on Writer Duet, that's the link to do that. So you'll be able to see what we're writing as we're writing it, without, just so that if you wish I would scroll up, you don't have to yell at me to scroll up. You can do it yourself. If this is your first time with us, you might want to read over episode 1, just so you know what our characters are. I probably won't sort of rehash that every time. So we're starting episode 2 now. And I left myself a little bit of a note at the end of the last stream. Oh, I'll also say that we have on our YouTube channel, if you want to watch the previous 4 streams to see how this sort of all came to be so far, that's on our YouTube channel, and you can find a link to that on our website, which is sceneshop.us. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Now let's get started with episode 2. So this is something that I often do with novel writing also. Like, I'm a believer in word count where novel writing is concerned. Some people do like they'll do like I'm going to write for an hour a day or 2 hours a day or something like that. I'm a big believer in word count instead, so that on the days that you're feeling, you know, the days that you're feeling hot and the words are coming easy, you could be done quickly. You could maybe you write 1,000 words or 2,000 words or whatever your limit is. But when you get to the end of your day, I like to leave myself a little idea stub like this. That's like where you're thinking the next day could start. It just feels like a little bit of a gift to yourself to leave a little bit of a stub like this. So if you watch the end of the last stream last week, that's what I did for myself here, and I got myself a little bit of a stub to start from. So here we go. Let's see. So one of the things that I wanted to do, I was thinking about ending episode 1 with this idea where we learned that it really was a murder. But we didn't fit it into episode 1. We ended one with this other stuff going on here. There's like this meeting of people. So I think we're going to start episode 2 with it, which in a way I don't know. Maybe we should try to shoehorn it into episode 1 just because I feel like it's kind of the hook. It's kind of the hook of the series. I don't know. I'm wrestling with it now. I feel like if we're lucky enough to get somebody to watch the first episode, we should lay out what we're planning to do for them so that they get a good idea of, where we're going. I mean, you wonder how many series out there you watched the first episode and you didn't really dig it that much. So you didn't give it another chance. So you didn't watch a whole series. So, I mean, I don't want to make that mistake. Let's just write through it and we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, I think we should just, I mean, I feel like there's a big, I don't know, I'm torn because I feel like there's a big mental break here. And I don't want to do a title that says like 2 days later. Stargirl1521 is talking to me. She says, the new Netflix show upload the premises that a guy dies and gets uploaded to the murder house. Yeah, you're right. My wife and I have been watching that series too. I think there were sort of hints. I mean, I felt with that series like they've been, to me, it seemed pretty obvious that something like that was going on. Like they were hinting around at it, but you're right that they did let it kind of be a slow burn. But then again, if I were in that writer's room and we were having this discussion, I would say, we got a lot of stuff to explain before we really get to the plot. I mean, they got to explain how all the uploading works, how the afterlife stuff works. And they got a lot of that to explain before they even get to what happened to the main character. So maybe that's why. But you're definitely right about that. They did let that go for a while. So with that in mind, we'll just go on and write through it. This could be a cold open too. We could do so then now it would be like we'll do the title sequence. And now opening season with our dead body. You gotta have a dead body. And then we'll go back to a shot over Roland's shoulder. And, 'cause grill on that date place. Why is this all caps? Let's see. Looks over her shoulder at... let's see. Dan says, could we open on a flashback of the guy being murdered? Yeah, but I feel like if we did that, we would have to give away some kind of a clue. Right? I just don't know what would that do for us? Describe the idea in more detail, Dan. What would that do for us? I'm not saying it's not a good idea. I just want to know more about it. In the episode of the guy being murdered. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, we do kind of have a mystery moment at the end of the former episode, though, because camera pulls back from Rick's house, and there's somebody spying on those conspirators. Not sure if you remember that, but we do have a sort of a bit of mystery there. The thing is that, like, I'm making this into, like, he's getting like a toxicology report, and that is telling him that yes, indeed, it was a murder. And the trouble with that is, what could have done that? Wait, how'd this get all the way over there? What are you doing, writing window? Get back to your home. Yeah. Dan saying he hates it when Netflix stuff, like, nothing happens for 3 episodes and then bam. Yeah, I get it, but we also have to introduce people to a lot of folks. I mean, to be fair, we did open with a dead body, Dan, so it's not like nothing happened. I mean, that's something, isn't it? You okay? Now I want to get out of this. I mean, I want her to say this line because I want it. She's just learned that the man really was murdered. And I want her first thought to be, sort of sorrow for him. I don't want her first thought to be of herself for having her date get screwed up, because whatever. I mean, I think I kind of want. I don't know. My trouble is with these couple of lines right here. What's happening in my mind is I feel like all of this is very standard dialogue, and that bothers me. I don't want it to be. I don't want my viewer to be stuck in a loop that they've seen before. You know what I mean? Even though there are certain, I feel like there are a lot of parts of conversations where you gotta say what you gotta say. You know what I mean? Um, Maybe he just joins her. Maybe there's a little hug at the end here. Okay, so I think we understand, or I hope that we understand that we're going to that they can't see one another if it really was a murder, right? I think we sort of established that. I hope we did. All right, so that's the end of this scene. So what's next? I don't think we haven't seen much of Philippa, right? So what? I think let's have Philippa be doing something weird when we get back to the neighborhood. We'll have her be doing something strange, like I don't know what. Dan says, what if we saw the reaction of somebody that hated him? Yeah. So I think, yeah. So I think Philippa's going to be doing something here that's like sort of overt pandering. Um, like this. Like I'm imagining like maybe she has like dancers. I'm thinking like there's a male dancer and a female dancer. Now I want her to have a sign. So I think her table sign should say something like and then she's wearing like a coat that has like metal clips, and each one of the metal clips has like dollars, so that you can pull the dollars off. Or maybe it's like what would be the modern day version of that? I was just listening to a podcast about a sort of a 19th century, like an early 19th century politician who was running for parliament in England, and he rode around town with money pinned to his jacket, and people would come and like take it off. They would take the money off of his jacket, and he would put another bill on his jacket, and somebody would take that one off. So the deal was, it's like he's not giving them money; they're taking it, you know. So he's getting around like buying election laws that way. Get your oh, that's funny. Stargirl 1521. I'm gonna copy that. I just understood what you were saying. When you first typed it, my brain was moving so slowly. I didn't get it, but now I do. Um, can't trust the Fed is funny. Now I think I feel like I want Rick to appear and be mad about it. Because, I mean, he's the kind of guy that would consider himself like a rule follower type of guy. I think. Hey, thank you, Stargirl, for your subscription. Look at that. And the little graphic worked and everything. I'll just be damned. I'm thrilled and shocked that that worked. Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Something like that. Is Philippa 1L or 2? Did we sort this out already? Yeah, that's a good idea. Where did Rick fight? What if he was a like a submariner? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like Dan said, he should just be a soldier that was stationed in a place where nothing happens. That's what I was thinking, but I think he's gonna be like he's gonna say I was a submariner in the Gulf, and everybody's gonna assume that he means like uh, uh you know the Persian Gulf, when in fact he means the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, Navy, 70s. The swim. Do you guys know what I mean by the swim? It might be only something that only is my advanced ancient age would know. But it's this dance where you're like, you do the swim. I don't know how to explain it other than to show it to you. Yeah, it's a really it's like a 60s thing. I guess it must be 1L. How have we done it before? Two L's, 1P. Okay. So some people, it looks like, do 1L 2Ps, and some people do 2Ls 1P. I don't know how to approach that. I guess let's just do 1P. It looks like there was somebody who was in Hamilton, and her name is Philippa Sue, and she does 2Ls and 1P. And if she's in Hamilton, she's probably a pretty serious person. So let's just go along with whatever she's doing. I did it right there. Yeah, 2Ls, 1P. Okay. maybe Stargo, that's a good suggestion, but I think what we should, what I kind of want to happen is I want people to sort of, um, I want the neighbors to discover that Rick is kind of, although I guess they know, is kind of spying on his neighbors, uh, and he's going to get blamed for some sort of spying sort of stuff, but it's going to turn out to be Philippa. So to answer your question, no, I don't think Roland is going to call him out, but I want Philippa. I think the end of this scene is Rick demands that she can't buy votes. Or maybe like he demands that it has to stop because Philippa doesn't actually live in the neighborhood because she bought her house planning to flip it. And then Philippa will, like Rick will give he'll give a big speech or something like that about, excuse me, about how his military service and all that, and then I think at that point it'll come out that Philippa did research and she found out that he was in the Gulf of Mexico, not. So yeah. So yeah, but I want uh, I want Philippa to appear more and more sinister over the course of the series because she is our villain. So I want it to be like, I want her to seem kind of dumb and kind of ditzy, and then I want to like feed in. Excuse me. I want to like feed in details that make her seem more and more sinister and capable over the course of the series until finally, she turns out to be the murderer. I don't know why she murdered Jerry yet, but uh, maybe just to depress home prices. Yeah, is there a big delay? I apologize if that's the case. Oh, maybe it doesn't look that bad. Yeah, who knows? Got some kind of delay going on. That sucks, but it's life on the internet, I'm afraid. Okay, let's get out of this. Let's try to get out of this scene. Um, what should happen here? Is that what Rick is mad about? Yeah. So I don't know. Something like that. I want a sort of a button to this. Maybe I don't like that moment. So what I want here is like I want like building chaos. How about this? In the background, Terry is shimmying, grinding up on the male dancer who, though clearly not interested, loves a good dance party. Yeah, I don't know if the dancers are a good idea or not. I just thought it would be funny if I thought it would be funny if she had like a full on like vote buying sort of weirdness situation going on in her front yard when Roland pulled back up. Yeah, like a carnival in the front yard, exactly. Um, people who are of dating age, is swiping right good or is swiping left good? I don't know. Um, so what I'm saying here is like he's like, Um, so tell me what you think about this. So what I want him to do is, this male dancer, is be like, hang on, I drive for Uber. I want, like, he wants to make the money from her calling Uber since he's right there. What do you guys think? I don't know if that reads or not. Yeah. Yeah, parked mode or something. Something like that. Now let's think about what's going to happen next. So I'm thinking, like, we need some other silliness. Where did we start this day? So we started on page 22. And here we are on 26. So that's, what, 4 pages? Math is not my strong suit. I dig this. I think, what should happen next is what I'm thinking. Maybe it's like, the Tates need to do something to, like, try to get votes, since Philip has already just straight up given money away. Let's think about what the Tates could do and what Brody could do. Something like that. Yeah, nothing's leaping to mind, and I don't want to sit here. I don't want to sit here on camera just frowning off into the distance. I just realized that's what I'm doing. I apologize. So let's call that the end of this stream. The Tates are offering free yoga classes. Oh yeah, what if, like, all the houses get... What if everybody receives, like, everybody in the neighborhood gets a, they get, like, a DVD or something, and it's like a damning documentary of how Terry Tate got her name. And then something like that. That's not how you spell Downing. Yeah, video link share. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe it would be funny. Yeah, that's why I'm saying like it would be funny if it was a DVD and it was like it was meant as like framing. What if they all get VHS tapes? Yeah, I'm thinking it's like a VHS tape, and Roland just assumes it's Rick because it's VHS. And nobody else would send VHS, and so she goes down to Rick's house, and is like, "How could you do this?" And he's like, "Do what?" You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. What if um what if while Roland is there she discovers the ducks? Or like, yeah, like she can see and she can see through the wall, and she sees this like surveillance room. That's what I'm thinking. So that's stream 5, right? Oh damn. Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. This has been Death at HOA. You know, I kind of thought, yeah, I'm glad you guys can hang. I was kind of thinking that there would be a sort of a dip in well, I'm worried that, you know, the farther we get in this project of writing a web series, that people will be less likely to join us because there will be so much for them to read to sort of catch up. But we're going to forge on anyway. I mean, excuse me. Why not, right? But anyway, I've been Jim Hodgson. Thank you so much for hanging out. I would love it if you would check out my website, readmyfuckingbooks.com, buy a book, jump on board with us, support the Scene Shop as a patron, help us get work like this made into things. You can also join us on Wednesday for the joke writing stream Multilog, and on Friday for the sketch writing stream Sketch Desk. So thanks so much, guys, for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I'm digging how this is coming together. Anyway, so sorry for those. Sorry, Aaron. I know that. Sorry that you had to do work. That sucks. But anyway, thanks for hanging. Appreciate it, guys. Good fun. Chat with us in the Discord. Be healthy, be happy. See you later. Love